This is a certified hood classic.
Wow, it's very nice.
Case closed. Let's get drunk.
All rise. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
That's lightning. That's lightning and interference with electronics. And yeah, been a beautiful morning here. Thunderstorms all day.
Oh, great. I get to see what I'm looking forward to the next day or so. Great.
Yeah. So if it Creed frames and or I go black and not come back, you'll know why. Welcome to We Got a Case. Hi.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday, so that means it's Florida Friday. That's right. Even the courts that we're attending today, actually just one courtroom. We're going to just sit in like we're hanging out in the courtroom today with the judge. He's going to run over a few things, including a sentencing of a woman who's she's got a lot of excuses.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a lot of reasons she shouldn't go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, the buck stops with the judge. So let's put the buck in his hand. Judge I can't remember his name. Yes.
Judge Hardass.
Down, Mr. Bridges. How are you doing this morning? Pretty good. You doing?
He got his clothes from the big clay collection.
Boy, he sure did, didn't he?
Pro se motion to modify your community control.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I bet he smells like
Ms.
cinnamon
Mickey,
toast
have any
crunch.
objection?
I would ask that the defendant serve the sentence as originally ordered, Judge. Before this case was sentenced, Your Honor, there was a factually very similar case involving the same victim that was reduced to a misdemeanor, Judge, and then there was this case and was given the community control and the probation, Your Honor. So we would ask that the sentence as first ordered by the court remain the same due to previously getting a break.
All right, Mr. Bridges, and why should I modify the community control? First, you raise your right hand for me.
Community control, that's like you got a like curfew and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
He just said yes, so
Paid all
we'll go
my
with that.
fees up to date. I've done all the required requirements of the court for like the mental eval and all that. And I
know,
spend more time with my family.
Digger. I love Dig Dug, by the way.
Looks like you struck a deal with the state for 2 years of community control, followed by 3 years of probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
It always kills me when people come back and want it modified after they agreed to something.
Yeah. In this case though, I mean, if it's
All right, anything else?
if it's almost like the same exact case and
Yeah, this is the agreement
maybe they got a little bit better. Am I following that right or no? I almost feel that maybe his is a little stronger than what the other was.
Yeah, anytime somebody comes in and I have questions when they want stuff changed. Oh, can we change this now? I'm like, what are you up to? Huh? Got something to hide, do you?
But she had said that it was with the same victim, but it was somebody else. I think if I was following that right, I was trying to
something confusing like that. Yeah. Yes.
If that's the case, then I kind of understand that. But other than that, I just roll with it. I mean, any deduction, right? You're not in jail.
Yeah, that's what everybody think about. I'm not in prison right now.
I mean, I think that if I was standing there and I'm not going to jail and I just had some whatever, I'd be all right with it.
you struck with the state. I got to hold the state to their end of the bargain. I got to hold you to your end of the bargain. So I'm going to deny it this time. Looks like you only have a few more months anyway.
Nope, never mind.
On community control.
Didn't do any good anyways.
Yeah, wasting your time in here, bud.
Good job on everything you've been doing, and continue doing the good work. All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Again, you got a couple months. Why even bring this to the court?
Right. Why even waste your
Tommy
time?
Armstrong?
Is that his wife? Good for him.
I wanted to see-
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
Your
This.
Honor, Mr. Armstrong's case.
He was
I will
there.
reset his pretrial conference to next month. Myself and the state are waiting on the autopsy report from.
Oh no. I was just
Did
going
he
to
say
say.
autopsy report?
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about this dude getting out before he dies, but we're already talking about autopsy reports.
We're waiting for autopsy report on him.
Law enforcement as well as the traffic homicide investigation report, that both of those are necessary for us to move forward. And Ms. Smith had indicated she checked again yesterday and still don't have it. So
Okay. And that date, it looks like it's going to be for April 25th.
that's right.
All right, any objection? All right, Mr. Armstrong, you're raising your right hand for.
Shouldn't have been behind the wheel.
Or any way I could get out and go home. I got a 16-year-old daughter at my house.
Okay.
Excuse me?
And her mom.
Whoa.
He didn't say granddaughter, right?
No, he said I have a
Oh, grand.
16-year-old daughter at my house.
Huh. Anybody want to try to do the math on that? Holy shit.
We might
See
want a
that-
DNA test.
Didn't see that one coming.
Put in prison, and I really need to be home. But I'm hell. I'm 71. I ain't going nowhere.
71? God, he's a rough looking 71. I would have guessed 80. Easily 80, right?
Still 71, and he's got a 16-year-old. Somebody do the math real quick on that.
Good for him. While you do that
$2.
math, I'll do this math. Thank you, Gary. 2 votes. First start of the day, the Sunshine State Express, where there's no sunshine here, so we'll just pretend.
Ain't no sunshine when it rains.
How old is she?
Rain.
How old is she?
16.
What's your address?
586 Lance Drive,
Miss Judy, you'll write that down for me.
sir.
I'm talking to my
His
assistant. You hear me, Miss Judy?
Yes, sir.
Can I drive home?
It's the first case, 23 CF 159. Mr. Armstrong says he has a 16-year-old daughter home alone. I'm at his address. What's that address again?
586 Lance Drive.
Okay. And we'll talk as soon as I finish the docket, Miss Judy. Just talk to
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
McGill and we'll go from there, okay?
He has some other holes besides, this is not the only case he has pending right now.
Okay.
He has another hole out of Gulf County as well.
He did say daughter.
Yeah,
12.
several times over.
And then the judge just confirmed it.
Yes.
So he looks a lot older than he is, though, does he not?
I could not imagine having a baby in another 4 years from now, me getting somebody pregnant.
I believe he's got another hole in another county that we'll need to resolve
Right.
before Mr. Armstrong is actually released. If you're inclined to release him on this charge, we do have some other matters that we need to work on release conditions because of, and I know one of them is outside of this county.
Okay. You understand, Mr.
The only
Armstrong?
thing I know, the other charge I think he's talking about is at a school dance. I got a ticket down there, and I come back and I went to court on that, and they charged me $283.
Was he drunk going to pick her up from a school dance?
Oh, no. Hey, your grandpa's here. That's my dad. Be quiet. Where's the mom? Where's she
I
at?
don't know. You're not thinking it's a gold digger situation, but
Oh, boy. She done
I
dug
didn't have
out.
all the money I paid what I had. The woman told me come back in 30 days and I pay it. And that's I got locked up before the 30 days was up.
Yes, sir.
So
Grandpa said he's shooting his shot.
Ashley
Man.
Chadwick.
all right. Well, that one threw me a bit of a curveball there.
Hey, look, even old dudes are getting laid down in Florida.
She waddling good.
Is she pregnant?
I
Judge, this
don't
is
know.
Ashley Chadwick for you in case number 23 CF 88. You going to?
Donnie Peggy, thank you. You're the
I'm gonna
second
take-
person on the Sunshine
I'm
State
just gonna
Express.
take my chances.
You gotta just take the chance.
Your Honor, Ms. Chadwick is here in case 23 CF 88.
Hey, Michael.
The state has made a plea offer to Ms. Chadwick to resolve both of her charges. The agreement or the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, 18 months of probation, court costs and fines, 100 hours of public service work,
Ooh.
$20 monthly cost of supervision fee, drug and alcohol evaluation and counseling is recommended, Department of Highway Safety Motor Vehicles may apply additional penalties to her license. Be time served on the misdemeanor, DNA sample.
Terrible
and,
job.
random UAs. I've had time to discuss this offer with Mrs. Chadwick prior to court and again in court today.
All
I've
yours.
explained to her that her case is set for trial next.
Great if you marry her though and take her last name though, Vincent Chadwick. Vincent, my name is Vincent Chadwick.
Vincent C. Chadwick.
C's for
Florida Chadwicks.
yes.
month.
She's don't want this deal? Really?
I again, any deal with
The state may very well withdraw this offer, and our only option will be at that point to plea straight up or go to trial. I've made the recommendation that she
OG call.
accept the offer, but she's indicated she wants to go to trial.
Oh, by the way, that shit that your daughter was eating that you posted on Facebook, or was it on our Discord? On Discord.
She's eating crawfish.
How do people do that?
They had a boil. Had some taters in there. I bet there was some corn somewhere. Come on, man.
All right, Ms. Chadwick, you raise your right hand for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell me your name?
Ashley Chadwick.
And Ms. Chadwick, did you hear Mr. Hill's announcement as far as the plea offer? That's a yes.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hill relayed that plea offer to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Have you had a sufficient amount of time to speak with Mr. Hill about that offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you need additional time to speak with Mr. Hill about that offer?
I needed additional time to think about it, but
But we can call you back up later on today. But today's the last day, ma'am.
She doesn't understand that.
when I leave here, I'll be going back to Go County. I don't know if I have a way to get back up here or not.
No, when I say today, I mean this morning before we end court. If you need additional time to speak with Mr. Hill, I'll have you take a seat. We'll call some other cases. I'll take a recess if necessary to give you an opportunity to speak with
Hell
Mr.
yeah.
Hill. Then we'll call your case again, but I don't mean later today or next week. You understand that?
Mhm.
So you want to
Yeah,
sit down?
I'll do that.
Okay. We'll call
All
you
right,
up.
so stop right there.
Good to see
She
you,
said-
Denali, Mike.
She says she would just wait around and talk with the attorney. But if you didn't notice, she was saying she was leaving.
Mm-hmm. Going back to another county, I believe she said. But of
Yeah.
course,
So let it roll, Creed. So she's supposed to sit down and talk to him in a few minutes.
she's just gonna.
Yeah, I'll be right
Peace
over.
out.
I'll be right back. Do.
And she gone. I'm guessing she gone.
And then her ride is like, am I supposed to leave too? Watch.
She's looking.
Is she coming back? Aha, she was the one on the back row. You thought it was the other one.
I did. I thought it was the one on the dress or whatever. They're gone, I guess.
Waiting on that. Is Mr. George T. Harris available?
She gone.
We'll talk about it the next time you bring me to court.
Hold it on him, Mr. Hill had emailed me yesterday and I need to review something very quick.
Okay.
Pew Pew Sue. Welcome to the Sunshine State Express, Pew Pew Sue. Your name is going to look great down there. I tell you.
Pew Pew Sue.
Is there anybody that we're ready on?
She sure was. She was waddling away.
We can take Jeremy Hatchell, Judge,
Okay.
case 2350.
Jeremy, where you at, bud? That's a Hatchell.
From the
We were last here in court on Mr. Hatchell's case.
that Vinny?
He was
I
approved.
was just gonna pull up Vincent's picture. It's so funny. We both think alike. Let's back up to some of this trademark stuff and compare a little
fine.
bit. Let's
I
just see.
mean, Vinny, you got something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. You know,
Bad hater day, maybe.
if this guy says any sentences and then just says trademark at the end of it, then we'll know it's him.
Who are evaluated and approved for residential placement at the Chrome facility in Jackson County. Mr. Hatchell has a couple of matters pending, misdemeanor matters pending in Okaloosa County. I reached out to those folks to find out if
Wielding a sword in the mall.
Yes. Has to be.
Yes.
they would be willing to globally help us resolve the case. I did not get any contact back from them. I was going to ask Ms. Smith if she would follow up with her colleagues over there to see if we could get a global resolution.
Oh, Tricia,
and
I globally
I would
welcome
just
you.
ask for another 30 days to help us get this accomplished if possible.
What county did you say?
Okaloosa.
I would try, but
When I called yesterday, I called my colleagues over there and they said, well, he's got a warrant. He's not open case and I can't do nothing for you. So
Well, we'll try to see if we can get everything resolved.
What you're
right?
coming to say is you shit out of luck.
We'll come back for an evidentiary hearing, and that will be April 26th at 9:30.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Whoa. Sign this. Vinny C. Circle trademark.
Definitely beautiful hair.
He does got great.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's state of Florida. And Michaela Fed.
That's correct.
Michaela just walking in. Fresh off the street.
Agreement in this
Right on
matter, Your
time.
Honor.
Okay.
She has two case numbers, and I don't have my docket. I don't remember the second case number, but the first case number.
She got a
she's
big hoop
pleading to
hearing.
is 2399.
Okay.
It is my understanding
I
that
can
upon
tell.
successful entry of this plea, the state will be asking to consolidate the second case into this one,
Okay.
but only after successful completion.
Okay.
So on 2399, she will be pleading, it's an open plea, Your Honor. Will be pleading before the court open.
Okay.
It is the fleeing or attempting to elude high speed. It's a second.
I don't ask the chat that, Denali. Mike, last time he had some big critics in the chat because
You're asking me.
doing his job.
Some of the stuff he says, I think he's pretty right on. Then sometimes I feel like he's being a little too lenient. That's just me. We'll see.
People had a lot. Anyways, was she in a high-speed chase? I think that's what he said.
She was in a chase. Like this shirt. We got a chase. Make sure you pick it up in the store. Nothing more fitting than the most freedom-loving bird in the world, the American eagle.
Will be pleading before the court open.
Okay.
It is the fleeing or attempting to elude high speed. It's a second degree felony. It's
Nice.
resisting without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. She's to be adjudicated guilty, as the court may require. Remember, that's
Everybody's heard about the bird.
the unfortunate hearing that we had last month was honestly, I wasn't able to convey to Ms. Fed that that's not optional.
She went crazy, I think, the first time she was in court.
Discussions, and we are on the same page today. Perfect. She's to pay court costs and fines. Other than that, Your Honor, there's nothing else on this plea form. Because it is an open plea, it's up to the court's discretion. And I've explained to Ms. Fed that she faces anything all the way from time served and nothing else.
No,
all the way
terrible
up to
channel. Don't
15
watch it.
years in the Department of Corrections. She understands that.
Okay.
And I've indicated to her that, and I'll go over the real quick with
I get that.
well, I guess I can pass it up to you. This will be her first and only felony, Your Honor.
Okay.
She has a misdemeanor. Nothing other than
It's the best I got. Sorry.
Good job.
And 23 total sentence points. All
That's correct, Your Honor.
right, Ms. Fed, you raise your right hand for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell me your name, your age, and your highest level of education?
Hi, Patricia.
My name is Michaela Fed. I'm 22 and high school. I graduated high school in 2020.
She's so young. Look how big that sticker is, though.
Did you hear Mr. Wilson's announcement about how you're going to resolve your case 23 CF99?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what Mr.
No,
Wilson
sir.
just stated? Has anyone promised you a sentence that the court may impose?
No.
Other than the minimum, as Mr. Wilson stated?
Listen, it's kind of early. It is Friday, but it's a little bit early to be explaining that to you.
Make sure you're at members only at 5:30 today.
Oh,
I'll explain that as this is a big show at 5:30, members only for Credence Mike, because it is the celebration of hitting 40,000 subscribers.
Oh.
So make sure you're there for that party.
There will be some singing and dancing, by the way. I found something today that is going to you will enjoy, Mikey. And
Singing and dancing. I love it all.
Some
Bring it on.
singing and more not really dancing, but kind of just moving a little bit.
Well, that's about what I do. Just a little bit of moving.
Yeah.
My dancing and love making are very similar. Just a little bit of moving.
A little bit of moving, Tiny Piggy. People still really do not know about the Scissor Me Daddy. Scissoring.
We'll discuss it. We'll get more into it. I promise.
You'll
Just
know.
for you.
No celebrating yet. That's only for members.
Members only. No celebrating now.
That's right.
Time served all the way up to 15 years in prison. You understand that?
Yes.
15 years.
Anyone suggest to you in any way that the court may give you 2 years in prison or court may give you probation? Has anyone
Yes.
suggested to you?
Yes,
Anything?
I was informed of that. I'm terrified either way.
Or has anyone suggested to you what a sentence I may impose?
No.
Okay. Has anyone threatened or coerced you in any way to get you to enter this plea?
No.
You're doing so on your own free will?
We're just kidding. I know 40K is freaking awesome, by the way, but gotta wait for the buffer. We'll just pretend that's
Oh, we got a buffer too. It went really quickly.
Oh, did we really?
It's like we got like a 60-some buffer.
Oh, we're good. All right.
It happened really fast last night.
Congratulations to us. No, that's really cool though. That really is. You know what else is cool is that Marky is here.
Smoking it up, dude.
Have you had a sufficient amount of time to speak with Mr. Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Do you need additional time to speak with Mr. Wilson?
No.
Thanks,
Are
Gary.
you satisfied with the services?
Yes.
Has he done everything you needed him to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, you're waiving your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
You're waiving your right to confront and cross-examine the state's witnesses?
Yes, sir.
You're waiving your right to compel the attendance of witnesses on your own behalf
Yes, sir.
and testify on your own behalf if you so decide?
Yes, sir.
And you're waiving your right to appeal anything other than an illegal sentence?
Yes, sir.
Have you been prescribed any medication you haven't taken?
No, sir.
You understand that you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea could subject you to deportation?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions at all, Ms. Fed?
No, sir.
All
Could
right.
I say something though?
I'm gonna give you that opportunity. Counsel, aware of any exculpatory DNA in this case?
Yeah, sure.
You are?
Oh, I thought you said, what,
Are you aware of any?
aware of any? No,
Okay.
I misheard you. No, Your Honor.
And I may have misspoken, but no, okay. All right, Ms. Fed, I'm going to accept your plea as known, intelligent, and voluntarily entered into in case number 23 CF 99. And as far as sentence, do we want to go forward with sentencing today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and I have a score sheet here. And Ms. Fed, it looks like you have 3 misdemeanors. A battery, a reckless driving, and culpable negligence.
Damn.
Those all sound accurate to you, 3 misdemeanors?
Yes, sir.
And the total sentence points is 23 sentence points. Did you review the score sheet?
Yes, sir, but I don't really know how points work.
Yeah, there's basically a statute that the legislature passed, and it assigns certain points to offenses. It gives us a calculation, and it's a guideline that
The latest thing was almost a high-speed chase, it sounded like.
Oh, yeah. It was 100% a high-speed chase.
Yeah.
But she's got some mystery. But again, she goes back to how she's only 22 years old, and she's got a good little sheet going already.
Rap sheet, I believe they call that.
Yes.
reviews, and it gives me the lowest permissible prison sentence in months, and your lowest permissible prison sentence in months are 0. And generally speaking, if you score 22 points or less, I cannot sentence you to prison unless I make certain findings. If you score more than 22 points, I can sentence you to prison. You score 23 points.
Oh, shit.
Well, I can sentence you to prison, but there's no lowest permissible prison sentence. You understand that? So I can sentence you from, as Mr. Wilson stated, time served, all the way up to
Terrible.
15 years in prison.
He gets so many shout outs on this.
Plea or attempting to elude high-speed reckless. The
Sure, it
misdemeanor
works the other way, too.
I can't sentence you to no more than 1 year in the county jail on those. You understand that? And as Mr. Wilson explained to you, it's a second-degree felony, and I cannot withhold adjudication. So you're going to be adjudicated guilty. You understand that? You're going to be a felon.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There's some hard truth. MB10 months member. That's some hard truth when the judge sitting there going, you're going to be a felon. You understand that?
Stepping into the big time, girl.
Yeah.
Just like MB with her months around and everything. Big time in it. Felon time. I know. Big meaty paws.
What is the minimum that you can give me?
What is the minimum?
Yes, like, do you have,
Time served.
so what would that be?
Judge.
That you've already served time in jail. Now basically sentence you to whatever days you spend in the county jail. Not sure how many days you spend in the county jail.
I'm not even sure if she got arrested. I'm just saying that it could be as low as time served up to.
So what, I mean, guaranteed jail time?
No, it means anything from you'll leave here owing nothing more than a fine to you'll leave here in chains and going to prison for 15 years. I'm trying to explain to you the extremes on both ends.
How old is he?
Okay.
Shackled.
It looks like you received a notice right here.
You're going to be on a
So
chain
it needs to be
gang.
time served.
You
It's
ready for that?
probation to prison?
So I can sentence you to county jail time. I can sentence you to probation. I can sentence you up to
And you know, and this might be because probably her last few, probably because they were her first
Misdemeanors.
ones. Yeah, they weren't anything big. She walked in here thinking, no big deal. And I think that she's just starting to find out that, oh, this one might actually get me into a little bit of trouble, especially if they're going to chain me to a wall.
Yeah. Leaving in chains, daddy. Chains.
15 years in prison. But you're going to be a convicted felon.
She was, let me pull it out, Judge. She was first appeared and arrested.
In this case,
I thought she was because it was
July
a
21st, Judge. And it looks like just spent one day in. So it might be in the other case, Judge, that both cases are together on the first appearance sheet. Judge.
okay.
Judge Patterson did it over the weekend.
So the bottom line is he
Okay.
has full discretion from nothing more than money all the way to prison.
In the other case that we're talking about is the battery on a person 65 years of age or older.
That's real.
And the understanding was if
It's my
I accept
understanding.
this plea that the state will consolidate that case. Okay, so you won't. I've
I
accepted
think we
this
saw
plea,
her last time she was in court.
and unless something happens
Really?
today.
That sounds
once we finish
familiar.
the process, the state will consolidate the second case into this one. Okay. All right, Mr. Wilson. Anything you want me to consider? Want to call your client or any witnesses?
I will let her speak to the court, but I'd like a minute to speak to the court too. As the court has outlined her score sheet.
Yeah.
This is it's not her first contact with law enforcement. It's her first serious contact with law enforcement. She's been in a little bit of trouble before, but she's literally 1 point away from almost, again, the court has discretion, but almost requiring the court for probation. That's what we're asking for clearly, is that you put her on probation. But I want to answer more to the last hearing. And Your Honor, things got out of hand and I bear some responsibility for that. I knew things were going the wrong direction. What I should have done as her attorney is continue this case and have the conversation that I was able to have before this one, so that things didn't go like they did the last hearing. Ms. Fed came off looking not like the person she really is, because she got emotional and was clearly trying to get the court to do something they couldn't do, but I failed in explaining it to her. And she does bear, I'm not taking all the responsibility. She bears some responsibility, but there's some to go around. And I just apologize to the court for letting it go that far. And I asked the court not to let what happened the last time sway your opinion on this one. I don't believe you will, because I told Ms. Fed that you're a very fair judge and that you will sentence her.
I told her you had a real big D.
Yeah, I also said that you're bubble butts and you're looking good, Your Honor, and you're handsome,
I told her how good looking you are.
Oh,
And you smell super nice.
Yes.
Based on the facts. I just want to put that on the record, and Ms. Fed does want to address you.
I don't think you did anything wrong, Mr. Wilson. You're an excellent attorney. You've been practicing for decades. I didn't know.
Have to say that.
Well, we both have silver hair now, but I didn't know if Ms. Fed was generally didn't understand, or if she wanted me to, like you explained, do something I could not legally do. But that will play no role whatsoever in my sentencing. And Ms. Fed, you have any witnesses you want to speak to the court before sentencing?
I would just like to say I genuinely didn't understand. I was not trying to argue or cause a scene or show, trying to put on for anyone. I'm just scared. I'm still scared. I'm very emotional, and I'm trying not to stand up here and cry in front of everybody and look how I miss. So it's just very hard for me to hold my composure up here and actually talk like an actual person. I do want to apologize because we did look a hot mess. I just want you to take into consideration I have 2 babies. I don't want and 2.
How old are your children?
They're 1 and 2.
Oh no!
Own up to my mistakes. I know it was wrong. Obviously, it was freaking wrong. I ran from the police. I know I deserve to be punished for it, but I don't want, to walk around for 3 years with an ankle monitor. Life's already hard enough, and I already, I'm okay with probation for up to 5 years or whatever. But I just don't want to be away from my kids either. That's the biggest thing.
Where were your children when you were running from the police?
They're in school.
They were in school?
Daycare.
I was going in school.
Are
They're
you not-
1 and 2.
Are you not employed?
I am about to be. I just got a new job. It's really off and on, but I
Paper
work.
mill.
Where do you work?
I'm not employed right now. I just quit the dollar store about not even 2 weeks ago. I'm about to start at Hunt's, a restaurant out there where Category 5 was.
I wonder what kind of ketchup they have there at Hunt's.
Come on into Hunt's. You'll be disappointed.
That's true. The ankle. I take the ankle monitor anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime.
remember now, she's the one that ran from the law, and she has a charge for beating up her grandma, if I remember correctly.
65. Yeah, 65 or older.
So, should we really be worried about keeping the kids with her? Because it seems like maybe she has a problem. Knew she was coming to court and quit her job. Really?
Yeah.
What, you want to come into court and say, I got a job?
That's a dollar store, as she called it,
Now she's going to Hunt's, where Category 5 used to be.
About to start bartending. So
There you go. Bartending.
Yeah, that we both work. Every day. We're in their life every day. We take care of them every day.
They drop them off at daycare and then flee from the police?
Yeah, it's happened honestly almost just like that. I mean, we dropped him off. I went home, went back to get him from his apartment. Police were behind us. I went to my Mimi's house. We were about to go back home, and the police pulled right into the driveway.
So?
He got out and ran. I put off. He hopped back in, and I went.
Oh, for the guy.
And obviously.
All for the baby daddy.
So fast. It's like, what in the world, They're behind us. Why haven't they been turning the lights on us? They followed me all the way to my house.
Well, that's
Pulled in right
nice. And
into
you
my
wouldn't have had
driveway.
to tow the car.
Yeah. They're trying to make sure you didn't run, but hell, you did it anyway.
If the police activate their lights, whether it's weird or not, you stop.
I was stopped. I was stopped in my driveway. The problem is,
Oh, you
I
took
was
off.
starting again.
Why did you flee?
I stopped.
Pick him up.
Didn't want
Save
him to
him.
leave me and go to jail because he didn't do nothing wrong. He missed court and tried to come.
He didn't do nothing wrong, though. Everything was
Innocent victim, Your Honor.
Yeah. I mean,
He
he
didn't
didn't
do
go
anything
to
wrong. He
court
just missed court.
after
I
he
mean, that's not a big
obviously,
deal.
he had court because he did something wrong then.
It's not
but
like
not
he
this time.
poked you in the eye with a stick. He just didn't come to court like he was supposed to.
Not like he beat up my grandmother. I didn't. Not him. He didn't do
Yeah,
anything
that's a big
wrong.
thing.
I don't want him to go to jail. That's sad though. When you take into account that she's a mother, and cops
Putting
trying
these
to pull you
men
over.
first.
Yeah,
You know.
that's what I'm saying. That's
It's so stupid. Come on, ladies. You're better than that.
yeah. It almost sounds like the cops did you a favor, letting you get to the house before they lit you up. Now I understand he ran, but she also drove fast
Away
to pick him up
to go
and then-
pick him back up.
and then took
And then
off.
chase
So,
consumed from there.
Yeah.
She said, I like that she said, well, I did stop. And Judge says, yeah, but you took off again.
yeah,
That's
but
I can't give you credit for one stop.
let's not forget, other than it being an honest misunderstanding, he didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't show up for court, but he did nothing wrong.
Obviously,
Wrong.
victim of circumstance.
So you have messed up your life for a man. That's a yes?
That I'm currently trying to get away from you.
I love
Now you're
it.
trying to get away from him?
He's the father of your children? That's a yes?
Allegedly.
We have to have a record. That's why he's asking you. to
Yes.
speak out loud.
There's a napkin there in front of you. Want to wipe your tears.
Cold blooded.
Anything else you want me to consider?
So, I'm only 22. My life hasn't even started yet. I've already messed up enough.
Life haven't started yet. It started like 3 years ago. What are you talking about?
Well, being 22 means that you're an adult
Yep.
and that you are old enough to understand that your actions have consequences. I've sentenced people to prison that are a lot younger than 22. In fact, I believe I told you last time, someone with the same charge, high speed, reckless, running from the police in Port St. Joe, he's younger than you, I believe, is in prison. Ms. Smith, anything from the state?
Yes, sir, Judge. I would like to point out, first off, Judge, starting with the score sheet, one of the prior offenses on there that are scored in the prior record, Your Honor, I wanted to point out to the court that that involved the vehicle as well. There were minor children in that when Ms. Fed was using her vehicle to run another car off the road. Judge, that was the reckless driving and culpable negligence.
Again, trying to run a car off the road while minor children were in the vehicle.
How much you want to bet it was something to do with her boyfriend? Like her boyfriend was banging another broad, or she caught him in the car with another woman or something.
Yeah. What a great time to bring in all of that after what we just said. What a lovely time to throw that in there. That's
laying out the facts. Laying out the facts.
Part, Judge, I believe that one of the children that was in the car was one at the time. We're talking about someone very young.
That's sad.
So, Judge, that is a history of using a vehicle to commit crimes, Your Honor. First of all, I'd like to point out that this occurred around 10:30 in the morning, Judge, and Ms. Fed and her actions caused great harm and safety issues to not only law enforcement that was chasing her, Judge, but to other in the public. Judge, she was driving over a van over 100 miles an hour down the streets of Port St. Joe. Cars were having to pull off the road, Judge. She was passing cars in no passing zones. It involved officers from the Port St. Joe Police Department as well as the Gulf County Sheriff's Office.
I don't think them tears are going to work on this part of it now if she says anything else.
What she's hauling ass, bud, in a van.
And we're not out in the middle of nowhere.
No, we're going through the streets.
She bobbing and weaving through St. Joe.
Damn it, St. Joe.
Boy. Oh, that's crazy. And keep in mind with a kid, it's a 1-year-old. Nate was 1-year-old.
No.
At one point, I believe it was Chief Richards had to actually block her from driving down Reed Avenue, which, as Your Honor knows, is the busiest and most congested street here in Port St. Joe during this chase, Your Honor. The state feels, Judge, that very strict punishment, as you're aware of our plea offer from the last time, Judge, at least an ankle monitor to help Ms. Fed and to protect members of the community, Your Honor. It is, once might not be a pattern, Judge, but two certainly is, Your Honor. And for those reasons, I just wanted to point those out to the court when you determine your sentence, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wilson, anything else?
No, Your
Honor. Ms. Fed, this is disappointing. I'll be honest with you. I'm driving 100 miles per hour, running from the police, and then you come to court and you start crying and tell me that you're 22 with 2 children. And then the state tells me that there's a past reckless driving, that you're running someone off the road and you had your children in the car. At some point, you're gonna have to grow up and take care of those children.
I'm ready to.
I'm ready to.
All that.
You should have been ready when you had the first child. That changes your life.
I say that was over him, acting stupid over him. And I'm done with that. I'm done with that, honestly.
I don't believe her.
I'm calm. I'm not fighting no more. I'm not getting out my character. I don't want to do that anymore. Honestly.
Anybody thinks she's genuine?
So you said the last case
Believe it?
was also over your children's
It was
father?
him. We're playing with me.
You're gonna have to decide whether you want your children to be raised.
No, I'm trying to
Listen
find
to
my
me.
own place right
Listen
now.
to me. You have to decide whether you want your children to be raised by you,
Yep.
or do you want your children raised by someone else while you're in prison?
No,
You're gonna have to make that decision. And it sounds like you do what you want to with your relationships, but if you're in the same environment with the same people and it continues to lead you into this courtroom, there's gonna come a day that somebody else is gonna be raising your two children and you're gonna be sitting in prison.
that's why this
When do you start work, ma'am?
Monday. I just got off yesterday.
What's your schedule?
I'm not sure yet. I literally quit my job at the dollar store because I was intent on bartending and serving this summer. I want some tip money. I want to be in a restaurant this summer.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just got the papers off yesterday. Supposed to start Monday. I had COVID this past week.
Who watches your children
Did anybody die in your family?
Daycare.
when they're not in daycare?
The only place my kids go other than with me in daycare is my Mimi's house where we used to live.
Your grandmother?
My grandmother, my sister, and my mama.
The one you
You're
beat up?
able to watch your children if you're not able to?
That's it. That's my support system. Then.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, Ms. Fed, but what you did was serious. You could have killed someone, could have killed yourself, could have killed some of the law enforcement officers. You could have killed some innocent citizens that were simply walking down Reed Avenue. I can't excuse your conduct simply because it was on behalf of your child's father. It's a serious case. You're gonna be adjudicated guilty of count 1. Fleeing or attempting to elude, high-speed reckless, that's a 2nd-degree felony. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sentence you to 18 months prison.
No, please don't.
I'm gonna suspend that sentence. Listen to me. Pick your head up.
Suspending it?
Pick your head up, Miss Fed.
She ain't even got to go to jail unless she
Miss
screws
Fed,
up. Is what he's
listen
getting
to me.
ready to
She's
do.
going to screw up.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
I
She's
know.
going to screw up.
Miss Fed, pick your head up, ma'am. I'm going to suspend.
Welcome. You're making very, very, very great choices today, by the way. Unlike our lady down here who's starting a new job on Monday.
And I hope having to wear an ankle monitor. Again, my question is this. You don't have a job, because this is what I thought of. You don't have a job. You're out running around with your baby daddy up to no good. But yet you dropped your kids off at what I'm assuming is probably free daycare.
Maybe.
Why didn't you just keep your damn kids with you? Why,
Mike, I think she's
take
ready.
care of your kids. Worry about your kids. Don't worry about that man. Don't worry about another man. Don't worry about another man until your kids move out, go to college or start a family. But no, you're worried about you. She's going to fuck up again. I'm telling you. I'm sorry to use that kind of language. She's going to. It's going to happen.
She ain't worried about the kids at all. It doesn't seem anyways.
No.
In the sentence, okay? Do you understand that? If you're shaking your head, no. What that means is I'm suspending the sentence or I'm going to probate the sentence. So you're going to be placed on probation. And so long as you satisfy the terms and conditions of probation that I'm going to impose, you won't go to prison. If you violate your probation and the state can prove that you violate your probation, you're going to prison. So I'm going to give you this chance that you told me you wanted. You said you're changing. You said you've grown up. You've had a change of heart.
Yes.
I'm going to take you at your word. So I'm going to sentence you to 18 months prison. I'm going to suspend that sentence. You're going to be placed on 5 years probation. Okay? You'll have court costs and fines, and I'll give you that
No way
amount.
to keep her nose clean for 5 years. No way.
You have 100 hours of public
No.
service work.
And I have a feeling that he's gonna lay it on the line about what happens if she gets in trouble this time.
Yeah.
I think that this is, even though yes, he's giving her a bit of a break. obviously with a suspended sentence like that, not having to go to prison. But, you know, we see this a lot. And listen, I'm pretty sure, because a lot of these people that when they're given that chance and they come back again after that, after getting again, the suspended sentence, done, straight to jail. And I think that he'll make that clear before she goes. I'm pretty sure. I believe. We'll see. Edward, thank you. We're gonna celebrate tonight at 5:30 during members only, by the way. For the main
It's
channel.
EYOB, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're not supplying anything.
No, absolutely
It's
nothing.
going to be $20 per month.
$20 a
You
month.
must enter and complete a defensive driving school.
All right, a big break. Very big break. I mean, you know, from that to
You must also complete 6 consecutive weekends in the Gulf County Jail
Oh, there you go. He's going to lock her up for 6 weekends.
starting today, okay?
Okay, all right. That's
Starting today.
Yes,
So,
starting
okay.
today at 5 p.m.
all right.
until Sunday.
so
at 5 p.m.
Friday's 5,
And that's Eastern
Okay.
time.
Sunday
You're
to
gonna be
5.
there. So give your sister, your mom, your grandma.
Well, I bet that bartending job's gonna rock Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, you're the daytime
Yeah.
bartender for the
You have
weeks.
6 consecutive weekends in the Gulf County Jail. Once you leave the Gulf County Jail, you're going to
It
have
is.
6 months
It's
of community
all
control. Okay? That's with the curfew.
And a
If
curfew.
you're working, you can get with probation officers and let them know what your schedule is. And Madam Clerk, what's the court costs and fines? $1,008. And Ms. Fed, there are mandatory court costs I must impose. There are discretionary court costs I must impose. Do you want me to read off to you the discretionary court costs and fines, or do you waive my reading of those? Okay. Do you understand? You understand the sentence I've imposed?
Yes, sir.
So
We've got a dub.
What's up, Dub?
18 months prison. I'm going to suspend that sentence.
Great to see
You
you,
need
old
to
friend.
complete 5 years of probation. You need to complete 6 consecutive weekends in the Gulf County Jail, starting today at 5 o'clock. Once you are released from the, say 6 consecutive weekends, but once you complete that condition, you'll have 6 months of community control. And Madam Probation Officer, is that clear?
Starts her CC technically on Monday. After she gets out of jail this weekend.
No, once she completes the 6 consecutive weekends.
Did you see them just walk in that door that has a chair right there, and he almost hit it? Watch. Let's see. Watch this. Watch it.
I thought he was dancing at first.
Watch when he walks in.
He chose poorly.
Watch.
Starts her CC
Chose the wrong door.
on Monday. After she gets out of jail
Whoop.
this weekend.
No, once she completes the 6 consecutive weekends. No, because she's going to be out on the street during the week, so she'll start Monday. Correct. Okay.
So is that 6 months? Will follow by 5 years or is it?
It's 5 years probation with the first 6 months on community control.
Judge, $20 a month cost of supervision.
$20 a month cost of supervision. You got 100 hours of public service work. You must complete and enter
100
the
hours.
driving course. You must enroll in that within 30 days of today. You understand that? Count 2, resisting the officer without violence. I adjudicate you guilty. You'll be sentenced to 1 day in the Gulf County Jail, given credit for 1 day in the Gulf County Jail. Count 3, possession of paraphernalia. I adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 1 day in the Gulf County Jail. You'll be given credit for 1 day in the Gulf County Jail. Ms. Fed, if you violate your probation, you're going to prison.
I like that.
All right. You got 30 days from today to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, and if you cannot afford an attorney, won't be provided for you. Any other questions?
Your Honor, may we request a DNA sample due to the,
Yes, and it'll be a DNA sample, and you'll be fingerprinted.
and Judge, since Ms. Fed entered this plea, we would at this time move to consolidate case number 23 CF 100 into the 23 CF 99, Judge. And if the court is willing, and this isn't something I spoke to Mr. Wilson about, but could, as part of the plea on 23 CF 99, Your Honor, if the grandmother that's going to be watching the children is Deborah Williams, she was a victim of the CF 100 case.
Oh.
Contact with her during the term of supervision, Your Honor.
I already have peaceful
Yeah,
contact.
that'll be ordered. I believe I ordered that.
Yeah, but keep in mind also though, it's the prison sentence also that is suspended. That's the
Right.
big part of that you guys don't want to forget about. Yeah, it's 6 weekends in jail, 5
But
years.
she would get credit for those 6 weekends in jail on that 18 months. But
Yeah.
if she doesn't do her community service, if she doesn't come for her 6 weekends, if she gets in trouble with the law again,
Any of them.
any of that,
Any of it.
curfew, any of
Probation
it,
violation.
tons and tons of ways for her to mess up.
And go straight to jail.
Yeah. For
And
18 months.
it's very rare that you get a chance like this, you screw up, and they just, oh, okay, well, we'll give you one more chance on top of that. It doesn't happen.
There won't be any more chances after this.
Louisiana, there will be no
With
more
skin.
chances after this. Oh, wait a minute, $10? It's fine. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing all right.
Biggins.
Louisiana
big
Dub's an
man.
OG around here, you guys.
Yes, he is. Love and respect.
I saw that, Mr. Glady. I love it. I love it.
There's too many of them.
Specifically, Family Dollar and $1.25 trees.
Peaceful contact in that case. So peaceful contact will continue with Deborah Williams as part of your probation, since she may be watching your children. I ordered that, I believe last year in that case. So peaceful contact will be a condition of your probation.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Miss Fed, go ahead, Miss.
Just notify Ms. Fed, Your Honor, that the DHS&B may apply additional penalties.
And that is true. They may suspend your license. Miss Fed, I hope I don't see you again.
Well, thank you.
Best of luck to you, ma'am.
They should suspend her license. Absolutely.
And I agree on
My
the
business, Your Honor. Thank you very
on
much.
the parenting thing. I think would have been
And that is
something.
Fanny Creed. That is all she wrote.
I know a lot of us going back and forth about if that's too lenient, if that's that. I think you see that a lot with the fact that she is a mother.
Yeah.
It may not be a great one, but I think that has a lot to do with it. Some young, but I think that it's set up to where she screws up any of that, like Mikey was saying, went down that whole long list of very easy things that you could screw up, and she'd be right.
She makes a lot of bad decisions. I mean, we see that already. Tons of bad decisions.
I mean,
so it won't take much for her to make another one, especially with a man.
Like he might have moved on, the baby daddy, maybe. That's why she's, so I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Yeah, he's probably done with her, or he's going to prison for a long time.
Yeah. Either way. Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out. That is today's We Got a Case. We'll be back for We Got a Chase at 4:05, and of course, members only. Premiere today.
Premiere at 3 p.m. an hour from now, just about. You'll be redirected there. I don't know how that'll work, but it's supposed to. So make sure you're there. Judge Simpson is going to talk to this guy who is claiming, Creed, he's being set up by a dirty cop.
Oh, all right.
Bang, bang, bang.
Ready for that. And so I had a secret one on We Got a Case today, too. I saw a premiere.
Yeah.
Jumped in the chat for a little bit there and watched.
Secrets.
You never know. That's why you want to click the bell.
You should always click the bell.
The Sunshine State Express. You were expecting me to.
I thought you
screw
messed
that
up for sure.
every time. Gary, thank you, Toddy Piggy, Pew Pew Sue. Did you find out what scissoring is yet? Pew Pew Sue. Well, if not, come back at 5:30 tonight. Toddy Piggy, thank you.
There'll be a demonstration.
I start Monday, Judge. KCR, son. Welcome. And Louisiana Dub. Yes, a true OG. Great to see you. I hope you're doing good, my friend.
That's always great to see an old friend stop by. And you know what? You could become an old friend too. Make sure you hit the join button and become a member. That's the way I've seen people in the comments. How do I become a member? You click the join button. And if you can't find it with the device you're using, change devices and it'll probably make it a little bit easier. I promise you that is a possibility.
UGA hitting on me saying I'm looking good today. Is that?
Yeah. Creed's looking hot and sexy. By the way, could you tell me what that name stands for, Creed?
KCRM Sun. Kansas City. No.
King Crimson. I saw it the other day and I was like, hey, is that what this means? And I was right.
Okay.
King Crimson, baby.
Yes, we will be demonstrating things later.
Yes, Creed and me together.
Yeah.
Doing it, and doing it wild.
Thank you, Vince. Yeah, we're partying at 5:30 for members only.
And don't forget, you don't want to miss. We got to chase. See you then for Florida Friday. Until then, you stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned, because you never know when the scissor in action might begin. Yeah.
Scissor me!